Hi there, Mitch and Kevin here. This is episode 11, double digit. Uh, Everybody wanting to get into the music industry talks about getting to meet the right people. Problem is, one, how do you meet them? And two, when you meet them, what are you going to say? And how do you make sure you don't bother them and it actually helps you? So we're going to do a couple of episodes on this topic. Starting with a very basic thing, which is you go to a party or a club and you hear that somebody famous is going to be there, and you think your music is exactly the kind of music that they do, and you'd love to get to know them and to have them help you. Kevin, what in their right mind would think these people would want to talk to them?
I mean, it's hard enough that the radio and every music network on cable just told the world that these people are going to be there. So everybody that's there is trying to at least get a glimpse of this person, let alone a chance to sit and talk to Jay-Z and Beyonce at their club. But it's one of the hardest things to do. And Mitch and I probably just spent the past hour talking about this and trying to figure out when you're in situations with people, whether it's a club, whether it's a music conference, whether it's somebody's house, and you just got you got lucky that that's a friend of a friend and it's somebody that's in the same environment. Just how do you get to that person to the point where you can sit and talk for 2 minutes and 5 minutes and let them know that that's somebody that you would want to work with. So we're talking artist, songwriter, producer, whatever it is. You just somebody that you think could probably take your career to the next level or needs to hear your stuff.
And the first question to you is, what is it you're going to ask them or talk to them about when you meet them, and how is that going to help your career? We start with everybody says, gee, I have a song for you to listen to, or I have a CD, and that's number one, absolutely 100% wrong, period. Because even if they take it from you, they're not going to do anything with it. The people who come into my office as a manager and who have questions and want to know about whether or not I'm available to manage them, or somebody, or how they find out an agent, or any question they might have. These people are usually relatives or friends of people I know. They don't have to be the friends and people I know don't have to be very close, but these are people who know how to email me on a personal level and will say, by the way, I have a nephew who plays guitar and wants to get into the business. Could you just talk to him and give him a little advice? You don't say no to that. And as a bit of advice for all of you, certainly in the theater world, which I also come from, this works with casting directors. If you ask a casting director for a job, they're not going to talk to you because you have to audition. You have to get the audition the legitimate way, and it's very difficult. But if you ask a casting director, can you give me 5 minutes to look at the 3 photos I'm thinking of using with my resume and give me advice which one you think will work best to help my career, they will invite you into their office, give you 5 minutes, look at the pictures, and in the process, they have now met you, and you had a personal interview with a casting director. Don't ask them for a job. Let them look at it. They'll probably keep one of your pictures, but you'll also get the advice as to, these pictures are pretty lousy. You need to redo them, or this is the only one that would make sense, or this one works with commercials, this one works with television, this one works with theater. And by the way, there are different photos for each.
So it sounds like you said 3 things.
Thank you.
Just to sum it up for these folks. I think the first one is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but unsolicited demos / emails pretty much get tossed in the trash or just at the bottom of your inbox. So I guess the biggest thing is try not to just send random emails out. Try not to just hand somebody a demo tape. I'm sorry, demo tape, where are we?
Yeah,
a CD.
He's coming back to my age.
A CD. Don't just hand out a CD. And that's a whole nother video. I could say, if you hand out a CD, what to put on that CD. So much stuff that's just involved in hand out a CD. I don't think I want to make that video.
We're going to keep working on classes more and more. Along with that, just one quick story. A friend of mine who used to be an A&R guy at Sony, okay, he said he was so busy every week, and he would get over 1,000 submissions of demos each week. What he would do, since he didn't have much time to listen to most of them, is he would take them out to the hallway and throw them down the stairs. The ones that landed closest to him, the top 5, were the only ones he would listen to every week.
That's crazy.
And the rest got thrown away because he didn't have time. And so they're arbitrary. And he said he would put them into 2 categories. One was the music that he absolutely loved and adored, and the other category was the ones that he felt comfortable bringing to the table at Sony to say, I'd like to suggest we listen to this, even though it's not my favorite, because this week we're only looking for a punk rock band, and the songs that I love are R&B, and I'm keeping that on my shelf. But the R&B never made it to the table. So please understand, it is a very hard road. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try it, but we're talking about making contacts here.
But that's based on the third thing you said. Because one thing Mitch mentioned is the people that he's mostly talked to have been friends of friends. And I like to call it third-party validation. Mitch doesn't like my term too much, but basically just saying...
Very academic.
The contacts that you make throughout your life, from high school to college, if anybody goes to grad school, just anything you do, sports, athletic, fraternities, sororities, as an artist... Just try to maintain as many contacts as possible. You never know who's going to be your favorite cheerleader later on. And you never know. It's 6 degrees of separation, sometimes even 2. So most of the time, just getting in the door is just a friend of yours who works somewhere else or who happened to be in the studio with somebody else. But because they believe in you, they believe in your music, they were in a better position to pitch you. And for some reason, it comes better when your stuff is pitched from somebody else as opposed to you. So that's where management comes in. That's where different friends come in. So it's something weird about hearing something about someone else from someone else. It just makes you seem more official.
Right, and because you can, as a friend, you can blame your friend for sending you a piece of crap.
Right.
You can't. You're not going to blame the actual person. So that's the idea of having the in between. And we're going to continue this on another episode. For right now, we're just going to
wrap it up.
Wrap it up for today, and tomorrow we will take this to another level about how you do make these contacts if you don't already have them.
That's right. As always, Kevin Kurt, Mitch Weiss. Check us out, www.MWEntGroup.com. Follow us on Twitter.
Or _MWEG is Twitter, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Over and out.